Hello, I'm your host, Frederica. I am your host, Frederica. And I'm here today with Roxy. She is back in the studio with us again from Roc-N-Her Jewelry. Hi, Roxy.
Hello.
Hey, you guys. I told you guys so much about Roxy last time because I just love her. If you missed last week's or the week before episode, by the way, the first and the third Wednesday of the month, we are putting these podcasts out for you guys. If you missed the last one, you have to go back. Roxy drops so many gems, you guys. I mean, so much knowledge. She has over 30 years of experience. She's been doing this thing. Our word was grinding. Today, our topic is Hustle-Nomics. So we're going to break down what Hustle-Nomics means. We're going to be talking a little bit about family, about marriage. We're going to be talking about a lot of great stuff. So you're going to want to stay tuned to find out a little bit more about us. I'm going to let Roxy introduce herself again, just tell you a little bit about herself and tell you again what some of the items that she carries.
I'm Roxanne, the owner of Roc-N-Her Jewelry at 2710 Whitehorse Road, the Whitehorse Road Flea Market, building 318, Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 3. I have a little bit of everything. Waist beads, I install them, make them. I have earrings, shoes, purses, vintage items, t-shirts, crystals, moon water, full moon water, everything. I have a little bit of everything. You have to come out and see me and check me out.
Yes, you definitely have to go check her out. Her store is phenomenal. I'm just telling, I can't even describe it. You really, really have to see it, and you have to, it's an experience. So you have to check her out. So, Roxy, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to ask you a couple questions, and then we're going to go to our word of today, which is Hustle-Nomics. But my question for you is, for my audience who've been staying tuned, you know that we're going to be changing the name of When Women in Business soon, and it's going to be changed to Wings. And we talked a little bit in the last episode. One of the reasons I feel like, Roxy, this is just perfect timing, honestly, because I'm in the process. I've been healing. I've been, I've started my business. I've started the podcast. And now the name is changing. And I told them in the last podcast how I feel like a lot of that you really helped me through a difficult process in my life. So I really appreciate it, where I had an opportunity for my wings to kind of heal, and I had an opportunity to kind of grow. So the name of my podcast will be changing to Wings from When Women in Business soon. So you guys keep watching and keep on watching. We continue to grow. So we're going to kind of jump into I almost forgot to ask you. So you kind of inspired this question, Roxy, and I'm going to be asking everybody who's on my show from here on out this question. And the question is, who or what inspired you to spread your wings? Because you have inspired me. There are other women that are out there. There are other people that are out there that have encouraged me, but you are definitely one of those people at the top of my list who have encouraged me to spread my wings. So who was one of the people that inspired you to spread your wings, Roxy?
I'm going to say feeding my children inspired me.
I love it. True.
Spread my wings. Because when you have children and you've gotten in trouble, it's hard for you to get jobs and government assistance because you have, certain charges. They won't give you certain assistance and stuff like that. So your children you have to feed them, and they need things, and you want to take care of them. And I love my daughters, and I wanted them to have more than I had.
Yes,
I had a good life. I experienced a lot, but I wanted them to experience more and do a lot more. So they are my wings. My two daughters are my two wings. So they really inspired me to do what I'm doing. Because if I didn't have them, I could, once I eat, the whole family would have ate. But it is what it is.
That is so true. That is so true. I tell them all the time about how losing my daughter has inspired me, how my children, watching them, I'm like you, Roxy, I did not want to leave them behind. I could not leave them behind. But truly, I feel like you kind of had a flashlight there, and you kind of shed some light and said you can do it. And so that's what I appreciate most about you.
Absolutely.
Yes. So our word for today, like I said, is Hustle-Nomics. And I'm going to kind of define that, and then I'm going to have Roxy kind of define that. It's really Roxy, not really, this is Roxy's word. This is what she does. If you follow her on Facebook, if you follow her at all, if you ever even get an opportunity to talk to her, she is always dropping knowledge. it's kind of like economics. It got a little bit of hustle in there. And we talked a little bit about grind on the last episode. So you guys got to go back and watch it. A lot of times there are negative connotations with these words. But when you meet genuine entrepreneurs, you know that they are out there working night and day. And so the word economics, that's what it means to me. It means hard work. It means dedication. It means that you're gonna find a way to do it. So Roxy, what does Hustle-Nomics? Because this is your baby. What does Hustle-Nomics mean to you?
Doing it when you don't want to do it. Selling it when you don't want to sell it. Promoting it when you don't want to promote it. Networking when you don't want to network. Just doing it when you don't want to. Doing it when you're on vacation. Doing it when you don't feel good. Doing it. Just doing it. Making sure you're plugged in at all times, and that it's not a person out there that doesn't know what you do and what you sell and how you can help them in any type of way. That's Hustle-Nomics. That's all day.
Yes.
That's a business card in your hand in your sleep in case you meet somebody in your dreams.
I love it. Yes. So the H in Hustle-Nomics for me is exactly what we've been talking about the last episode, this episode. It's hard work. You know, a lot of times we see people and we think, oh, they got it made. They just made it. A lot of times we don't know the backstory behind it. That's why I love Roxy, because you're going to get what you got today, what you're getting today, tomorrow. She's the same today as she was yesterday. And that's what I absolutely love is that doesn't change, that real and that truth. And we need more of it. So I appreciate that about you, Roxy. What does the H mean to you in Hustle-Nomics?
You really want me to tell you?
I really want you to tell me. Y'all ready?
Hell.
Got it.
Going through hell. And
yes.
back.
But
That's
you just said it, Roxy.
That's what it feels like.
Yes.
When you don't have everything you need for your business, or when you need the rent needs to be paid for your business, or your car breaks down and you still need to get to work to open up a certain time. You go through hell.
You gotta do it. You gotta do
hell
it.
And high waters. Maybe I should have picked a better word. High water. That's what I picked. High water.
But let me tell you guys what, if you've been watching the podcast, part of my story is I lost my daughter 12 years ago, but that has inspired me to start my own business, start my podcast, to help other women. I talk about my depression, my anxiety, my post-traumatic, my stress. And the reason I say my is because I know, how do I put it? I have been through it, but I'm going, I'm not stopping. And when I say I've been through it, there are times, just 3 weeks ago, I celebrated my daughter's 12-year anniversary. I was on that couch. I felt paralyzed again, but because I had been through it, I recognized it, identified it. I told my husband, I told my friends, I'm not getting stuck in this place again. So you are exactly right, Roxy. It can be hell, but what we want you to understand is you have to go through it. You can't stop.
Absolutely.
You can't stop, because if you stop, you will get stuck. So thank you, Roxy. Thank you for sharing always truth. That's what I love. Did y'all catch those jewels? Did you catch those nuggets? I'm telling you, the U in the word Hustle-Nomics is unique. Again, I can't help but say that's what I love about Roxy, because I love so many things about her. She is so unique. As a matter of fact, Roxy, I was thinking about you. I was like, she is not only unique, she's a trendsetter. Girl, you always like I don't care what you need. It can be an earring, it can be a hat, it can be the beads. She got it. So Roxy, unique. What does the U in Hustle-Nomics mean to you?
You make me feel like I'm in school again. When you ask me, it's always going to be the harsher side.
Oh, I want the truth though.
Under pressure.
They need
under
it.
pressure.
They need
under
it.
pressure because I'm going to speak again on the bills, because that's the most important thing when you have a business. The bills have to be paid first.
Oh, yes.
The rest of what you want comes later. And that sometimes could be food. I've went a couple times without eating. We would have, a little food, but my kids were eating and I would eat, and I know they remember this, but they probably didn't understand it. And I would eat a can of beans. I love pork and beans, but I would have that, and they would have chicken and rice and whatever.
But you made sure yours were taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Under pressure.
Gotcha.
And I think we are strengthened under pressure. So it's not a bad thing, and you have to go through it. You just don't understand at the time. Your mind doesn't take you there at the time that you're going to be strong when you come through it. But under pressure, it's unbelievable.
I'm loving this truth, Roxy, because so many people don't understand. They see the business and all they think is, oh, you must have money, or they don't see the backstory. And not only do they not see the backstory, people are not telling them the backstory. So then they start this business and they think everything's going to be great. And when it doesn't, they feel like they failed. But you have not failed. You just have to keep pushing through and pushing
Absolutely.
through. And that's what we're going to be talking about through this whole podcast. Any podcast that I have, that's what I'm going to be talking about. And we're going to be talking about not only the success, but the obstacles that you had to overcome. So no, Rox, you're not being negative. What you're being is honest, and we need more of it. So that's the reason one of the reasons I invited you on the show is because I already knew we weren't going to get nothing but truth. So thank you, and thank you. Okay. So the S in Hustle-Nomics, I have self-willed. That means, like Roxy said earlier, you're not going to want to do it every morning. I know when it's cold outside, I don't want to get out of my bed. I know when that daylight saving time switches over and I don't miss out on that hour, I don't want to get out of my bed. But we do what we have to do because we got to do it. So what do you think, Roxy?
The S to me is selfless. You have to give a lot. You most of the time in these businesses, in small businesses, you really give more than you get in return until maybe the future. If you can kind of grasp that you're going to be really giving a lot today and giving a lot tomorrow, but next month when they do the people that want to shop or have seen something that they couldn't afford at that time or wasn't and they weren't ready to buy that particular thing yet, in the future you're going to get them coming back because they remember how nice you were, what they gave you, what you gave them, or a gift that you gave them. It's just going to pay off. So being selfless when you own a business or when you're trying to do something, write a book or do anything, you just have to be selfless.
Yes. And one of the things that you just said about it is almost like when you are nice to somebody, a lot of times people are afraid to share their gifts with other people. By the way, the T in Hustle-Nomics for me is talent and gifts. It's talent, but your talents can sometimes be your gifts. And a lot of people are afraid to share that knowledge because they're afraid that, and we talked about this in the last podcast, that if you tell somebody how to do something, then they might go out and do it, and they might, they might steal your idea, or they might, do something that you're doing. But truth be told, if it's your gift, guess what? It's yours. It's your gift. Nobody can take your gift away from you. Absolutely. And nobody can do it like you do it. And you mentioned something a moment ago that I want to make sure that the audience hear us say is when you have those talents, those gifts, and you share them, people are going to come back to you. They might buy one, maybe even two items, Roxy, because they want the product. When they come back, tell them why they come back, please, Roxy. Let them hear it from you, because they're coming back for you, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, they have connected with you.
Absolutely, because there's so many shops around the upstate, and there's so many people that do the same thing that everybody does. Like in the grocery store, there's so many different bread brands, and it's so many of the same bread is probably in some of them.
Ross, I go in there, stand the aisle sometimes for like minutes. I'm like, we didn't have all these options when I was growing up.
Absolutely. So they're gonna come for that warm touch or that talk or that motivation, and they appreciate the stories behind it, and you just didn't hit the lottery and go and buy your business and poof, I'm out here. You built it from the ground up. Actually, it came from the mud, from the depths of the earth.
Exactly. So I'm gonna do a quick commercial break, and we just want to thank Tags & Co. For sponsoring today's show. That's Touched by an Angel Gift Shops and Consignments. It's located here at the Market at the Mill at 225 Punkintown Highway. You can always join me here where you will get that individual time, love, compassion, and you're also gonna come out with a unique gift. So thank you again, Tags & Co. Touched by an Angel Gift Shopping Consignments. So we are back on Hustle-Nomics, and I feel like I spelled our word wrong. So the L, I have late nights. We've kind of talked a little bit about that. But those late nights, I'm going to let you talk a little bit about time and how how you have to spend that time. Sometimes you might have something planned and then something else comes up and you're kind of pulled away from it. So tell us a little bit about that, Roxy.
Time is very important, and it's days that never end. I don't have a certain time that I can punch in the clock and punch out the clock and go to bed and feed my family and so on and so forth. It's the time just runs, the days and nights just run together if you're trying to get to a certain goal. I have a short story. My youngest daughter, was in an accident maybe a couple weeks ago. It was my grandson's birthday party, and a friend had an accident, and she called me crying, and she was hysterical in the phone. And if you could hear her cry,
it's like you cry, right?
Yes. And I was at work, and it was like maybe 12 or 1 o'clock, and I automatically wanted to close my doors and go to her. But she was like, well, Mom, I'm gonna handle it. You don't have to do anything. I just wanted to let you know. I'm gonna call you back and let you know. But that just, it's time, because if I was on somebody's job, I'm clocking out, whatever. Y'all figure it out. But because I had people in my store, people waiting to shop, that's the way I get my money. That's the way I eat. And I only have 2 days to do it. It's Saturday and Sunday. So she taught me through it. I was able to get off at a good time, make my money, go to my grandson's birthday party, and everything was fine. But because they know that about me, they didn't automatically just want me, come up here where I am and help me. I'm going to handle it the best way I can. If I can't handle it, then I need you. Then it has to be a common ground in there. You have to let everybody know around you how serious you are about your business, and then they'll take you serious.
Oh, yeah. But you know what I also just heard in that, because I have a wonderful daughter. I also learned or heard that when you have that kind of dedication, your kids are watching. They're always watching. And even when they're adults, they're always watching. And when they see that you are that committed and that dedicated, it kind of rubs off. You don't even have to try.
Absolutely.
They see it. So the next letter is E. And the E is, and you were just talking about it, is execution. So when you have a problem, or you even when you're trying to decide, how am I going to display, how am I going to price, because you're responsible when you're in whatever kind of business. We're talking about retail right now, but it doesn't matter if you're a counselor, it doesn't matter if you are a hairstylist. Regardless of what your business is, it's going to take time and commitment. So you're the one that you don't have, unless you have employees. You might have employees, but you're going to be the one that's going to have to execute all those things, from cleaning the windows to organizing. So tell us a little bit about the E for you and what it stands for.
The E for me and what it stands for is everything. You're everything.
Oh, yes.
And that's everywhere. You're everywhere, and you're doing everything all the time. So that's what it means to me. It's I'm everywhere all the time. Wherever I have to be, or making deliveries during the pandemic when people couldn't shop and they closed our shops. I was selling stuff on Facebook, and if they couldn't afford shipping or didn't want shipping, or they were local, then I'm everywhere. So the E means everywhere, doing everything that you need to do to keep your business running.
Do y'all hear that? I'm going to pause. Do y'all hear that? The nuggets dropping again. Y'all better have your pencil and pen out. She is dropping nuggets again. So pick them up, catch them. Continue to put comments in. Let Roxy know what you're thinking about. Let us know what you're thinking about. And help us out, too. If you have something you want to add to our acronym, throw it in the comments. Okay, so the next letter is N, and we might have talked about this one already, but new ideas. That could go anywhere. So we were talking earlier, Roxy said some of her best ideas come in those late nights and those early mornings. But just even changing the way that you do things. Me and Roxy talked in the past, and sometimes you might be doing something this way, it ain't working no more, or there's a new trend or something else comes out, and you have to be able to shift and change that thing up. So talk to that a little bit, please, Roxy.
The N for me means never give up.
I love it.
Just never give up. Just keep going. Never stop. Your dream is never going to be close. I promise you. Dreams are never close. I don't care who tell you that their dream was easy or what movie you watch. They have to cut everything down to an hour or 2 hours. So you're going to think that it's
everything
easy,
was perfect,
but
and
it's not easy. So the N means never give up.
Yes.
Never. Even if you have to be like me, eat beans, the kids eat chicken, we ain't giving up.
Yes.
But don't give up. Never give up.
Exactly. So the next letter in our words, Hustle-Nomics, is O. And the O is for be an original. Original. Now, original doesn't mean that you have to reinvent the wheel, because I would tell you right now, I'm not reinventing anything. I am getting nuggets from Roxy. I'm getting nuggets from my other friends. I'm getting nuggets. I'm reading. I'm researching. I'm constantly working. I'm praying. I'm fasting. And I'm doing those things so that I can be, poured into. So for me, the O is being original, and I'm going to have new ideas and be able to be creative. So what about you, Roxy? What do you think about the O?
The O, you're such a nerd. You're such a nerd. I mean, you want to read the books. You want to write on paper. I mean, she has paper in the podcast. I don't have any paper. I feel like I'm left out. She's such a nerd.
I love you, Roxy.
I love you too, but she's such a nerd. I'm out here. I'm boots on the ground type of girl, and I'm going to look it up and I'm going to find it. But the O for me is helping others.
Yes.
You always have to help others.
See, y'all, Roxy's sitting here talking, but she is good at this. She is really, really good. Roxy, I love your letter, like the thoughts but it's genuine, and that's what I love, and that's what I want to bring to this show. I want you guys to hear the truth. I want you to hear the truth.
I wish I was a nerd, though. I wish I would have wrote it down. I mean, I could have wrote a small rap or something. I really could have put it out there, but you asking me off the top of my head.
You're doing
and
great,
Roxy. It really means a lot to help others. It's important to me.
Yes.
If I was put in a room where I couldn't help anybody, that's the end of me. That's all I want to really live for. I want to help women be empowered. I want to help them understand business and understand marketing, which is most important for me, and also budgeting. Every dollar that you get, you can't spend it, period. You just can't. So helping others and helping others understand that what I went through, you don't have to go through it, because I'm gonna break it down for you and show you and tell you exactly, and I'm gonna do it for free. I'm not gonna be anywhere selling a book or selling I think they have like what do they call them, where they up there and they're having a seminar.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna really do that. I don't think God put this in me so that I could make money off of it. I can tell you, if you come in my store, I tell people all the time, they think that, if you ask me where I got something from, then I'm not going to tell you that you're going to go and get it and sell it too. I don't care. All of us can be selling the same thing.
That's what I love.
What God has for you is for you. So helping others.
I feel like I just want to, was that poetry? It was poetry. I just snap, and snap. Yes. So the M, I love it, you guys. The M in Hustle-Nomics, I had a couple words written down. Now, I'm going to say money, but you're going to get the money. We've talked about this. You're going to get the money when you follow the purpose. When you do the thing that you were supposed to do, the money is going to come. So the M is for money, but you're not going to get it the way you think. Hustling is not about getting over on people. Hustling is going out there, giving to other people. When you give to other people, it's going to come back to you. So that's the message that we're trying to get out there. What are you thinking over there? But the M in Hustle-Nomics.
Of course.
Dropping some knowledge.
I wanted to say money, but that's not what I'm going to pick. But remember, I did say the money's going to come. I love money. Whatever. Okay. The M, I'm going to say morals. You got to have morals out here while you're grinding and, hustling and all that. You got to have morals.
Yeah.
You got to
build. What goes around comes around.
That's right.
Really.
You got to build your platform. You got to build your business on morals. You're going to get far like that. You'll see some shops that's been around 100 years.
Yep.
Back in the 60s, back in the 40s, and their kids and their grandkids, and they have the business, and they have the furniture stores and the liquor stores and stuff. It's because they have morals, and their grandparents built the businesses on morals. So you have to have them.
Still around.
That's really strong. That's one.
Yeah.
Morals. Have morals.
Yeah. You can tell the difference, because the ones that do and they care about people know. And we have so many choices now that if you don't, you probably won't have that business very long. So, or at least that person that you did wrong probably won't come back.
Absolutely.
So, yes. So the I in Hustle-Nomics, I had a couple things here, because I'm a problem solver. I think that's another one of my gifts. Is I
You're
like
a nerd.
to. I'm a nerd. It's according to I love being a nerd. Did you know, Roxy, that nerds it's a cool thing now, right?
It is.
It is cool. It's cool to be a nerd. So
it is.
It's a
I love the
compliment.
nerd in you. I do.
I love you too, Roxy. So the I is identifying the problem. When you find the problem, if you can find a problem and you can help somebody, you're going to always have a business. You're going to always be able to give back and help other people. So identifying the problem, and it kind of goes along with two other words, invention and imagination. You kind of have to have that imagination out there first and foremost. And like, again, Roxy said, 2-3 o'clock in the morning, you might get an idea about something.
Absolutely.
So, okay, what are you thinking?
Why do you get to pick up all the words, though? First, you get to pick all the good words. 2, you wrote them down. You already had them. So that gives you a jump start on me. But I'm coming. Here I'm coming. For everybody that is dependent on Roxanne, I'm coming. I'm going to say.
Because I want to see Roxy come. Come on, Roxy. Come on.
I'm going to say.
We need a side-by-side Ed.
The industry. Always know what the industry needs. Always know what the industry needs. My store started out as being just jewelry. It's because I had a little small BMW and I could fit the jewelry in there.
Yes.
Then I got a Land Rover. Don't think it was extravagant because I think it was bent to the side because it was an accident. But it held shoes. So I was able to sell shoes. I used to go to Shoe Carnival, and the shoes that they didn't want anymore, I would purchase them in a big stock.
Oh, wow.
And I would sell shoes so the Land Rover could sell, hold more shoes. And then I went so on and so forth. So you got to know what the industry needs. And now I'm into crystals and stones and natural healings and herbs and such.
But you do your research on those, don't you, Roxy?
Have to.
You
I
have
to turn my nerd on.
She's a nerd.
But I do ask my daughters and my husbands a lot of questions so I don't have to be as nerdish. I trick them. I'm like, hey, what is that? What is that? And they'll automatically say, oh, that's that. Yes, I trick them. They don't know that I'm really making them do the research, but
y'all
they do.
Yeah.
I trick them. I love them.
However you get your research, it's okay. It's
Right.
okay. If you like to Google, I love to Google, you guys. If you like to Google, however you like to get your research, I like YouTube. I like talking. I love, sitting down talking to Roxy and people who've done it. And that's all we're trying to do is we're trying to give you guys nuggets. We hope you're writing this stuff down. We hope you're putting comments in the comments. We hope you're going back and watching previous podcasts. So the C, Roxy, is easy. Creativity.
That's a good one.
That's a good. Thank you, Roxy.
That's a good one. I like that. That's a good one.
It's creativity, and it's just sometimes just sitting there. To me, honestly, Roxy, it's doing the thing that you were born to do. It's the thing that you've always done and applying it and getting paid for it. For me,
Absolutely.
Yes. So what are you thinking over there, Roxy?
The C for me is control. You have to be able to control your business, control everything that you want from your business, control who you are when the business doesn't go, the way that you've planned it, and have control when the customers don't always go the way that you want them to go. You just have to have total control of you in your business.
Yes.
When
Does that mean including a backup plan?
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's the best control you can ever have. Plan A, B, and C.
Yes. So if this doesn't work, then you try something else. And that's why change is not necessarily a bad thing. We talked in the last podcast, again, go back and watch it. We talked about just being able to switch up. It doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means there may be another opportunity or something better out there for you. So the last letter in Hustle-Nomics is success. It's success.
Absolutely.
Hopefully one day, everything that you have done, if you take, all these letters and you take all this advice and you take, everything that you've learned and all your experiences, hopefully, and you say hopefully because you never give up. You never give up. You stay hopeful regardless because you know that tomorrow, even though it's not promised, that you still have another day to try something else new. So success is my S, Roxy. What about you?
Maybe
it's okay to agree. I'm picking it right.
Let's see.
Come on, she's been throwing some nuggets. She's been dropping some nuggets, you guys. She has really been dropping some nuggets, and I can't wait to hear what this S is gonna be. What you got over there?
Being the same all the time.
The same.
Never changing.
Yes.
change your business, change your surroundings, but be the
Yes.
same
Be the
person that
same.
you are, always have been.
Yes.
When people come shop with you or they patronize you,
Love it.
they're coming to you for you. So stay the same, you guys. Stay the same. When you get that money and you get at the top, stay the same. So many people change.
Yes.
Man, my dream is to move to Montebello. It's the mansions, the 10-bedroom mansions at the top of Paris Mountains. I know you guys know where it is. That's my dream. So I'm never going to change if I move to Montebello and have a helicopter drop me off. I'm going to still be the same.
Yes.
So stay the same.
You have always been the same, and that's what I love about you, Roxy. I cannot tell you. I told you, it warms my heart that you are here today, and I just love you. You are so great, awesome. You guys, leave a comment. Let Roxy know how great. I'm sure y'all have Roxy stories. Leave them in the comments. Let her know, because she's helping so many people. She's helped so many entrepreneurs. She's encouraged and inspired so many people. And we want to encourage you to do the same thing. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please hit me up, DM me, contact me. I'm always here at the, well, not always. I'm here Saturdays at the Market at the Mill. But in closing, I just want to remind you guys, we're currently Win Women in Business. We will be changing the name to Wings soon. Stay posted. We will be changing the name to Wings. And in the meantime, we want to say, be grounded, be blessed, and be you.